Welcome everyone, I'm Mike and this is Foolin' Around RC. If you're into RC planes, RC cars, or RC boats, you're in the right place. Today we're back in the hangar working on the Great Plains Patriot. This is episode 25 of the Great Plains Patriot RC plane build series. If you're new to the channel, I'll have a link to the playlist in the description, so if you did, go check that out. Also, I have some links for some of the tools I've used. I don't get anything from it. I'm not an affiliate. I just kind of put the links in there. Some tools are going to be hit or miss because they are older tools, so they are getting kind of harder to find. And but the links are there from where I got them. And so yeah, without further ado, let's get back to working on that Patriot. See you at the bench. So I thought I had lost that clip. If you watched episode 24, I thought I was missing a video clip. And I was, but it was right in front of me. So I figured I'd throw it in here so you can see the other side, but I'll time lapse this, so it means you already see me do the one side. All we're doing is building this side and adding a doubler to it. So yeah, gotta love computers. This right here, I'm opening the parts bag. If you got a bunch of small parts, once you cut that bag open, then it's easy to dump them out. So it's easy, just get you a Ziploc bag, dump them in there, and then you can keep track of them and you won't lose any of them. as long as you keep the bag zipped when you're not using it. So that's what I'm doing here, putting everything in there, and then I'm pulling out the blind nuts to go on the back side of the firewall once we drill the holes to mount the motor mount to the firewall. So that's what we're doing right now, is setting up for that. It's gonna be long enough. Right here I'm making the marks on the firewall F1 so we can mount the drill the holes and mount the temporary mount, the motor mount to it. Just remember to pay attention if you're that one edge of F1 is cut on a slant, so you want to make sure you line it up so that's at the top and the motor's laying sideways facing to the right of the aircraft. Here I'm just getting measurements so I can make sure I get it that it's centered on that firewall. Make those easy to see. We'll take this tape. As soon as I find my tape. So what I'm doing here is the marks on that, you know, dark black motor mount are hard to see. So you can take a piece of like masking tape, works really good, and put the edge of that tape on the line, and then you just use the edge of the tape as your line for lining it up on your marks on your firewall so you can see it better. Here I'm just taking a drill bit to mark the holes so that we can drill them out. We got to take and drill a 5 32nd hole and then install the 6 32nd blind nuts into the back of the firewall, which is F1. There, see, they're on our line, so we're square. A tip here would be, drill your pilot holes with with a smaller drill bit, and then drill halfway through the plywood with the size bit that you want to step up to, and then flip it over and drill the rest of the way from the other side, and that'll alleviate having those splintery hairs sticking out into your drill hole, or busting out the back of your piece of plywood. It'll help keep your holes cleaner. I bet y'all didn't know I was magical. Make sure you're paying close attention. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. Now we're installing the 6/32 by 3/4 inch bolts, mounting the motor mount onto the firewall. It does say if it sticks out behind the firewall, you can trim the bolts off, but if they did stick out in my situation, I'm not gonna have the fuel tank back there. That's the main reason you would cut them off, is so the fuel tank doesn't rub against them and puncture a hole in it. So we're deviating here a little bit with the fuel tank, but these happen to just line up perfectly with the backside of the blind nuts. So when we do go to final assembly, I'm gonna put some Loctite on these and to keep them in. Now, hopefully, there we go. Now we can put this back in the box for the last time until we get it out again, hopefully. So I've just taken out all my F2, F3, and F4 formers, and now we're dry fitting them into the right side of the fuselage. And then once that's all done, then we can go back and CA them, and it recommends using thin CA and then follow up with medium or thick CA as needed to fill in gaps. And also, do not build up any excess glue around the bottom of rear of F2. And then also make sure the bottom of tab of F2 is fully forward, and the bottom tab of F4 is fully aft in the fuselage doubler. So that's to take our triangle and make sure it's square. But I think we'll use this trick. And then you're supposed to take thin CA and glue it in place and follow up with medium CA for filling the gaps, but don't over glue it. And make sure the bottom of it is far forward. This one here, make sure the bottom is all the way back against this doubler. I think what I'm going to do though is ends. This gives us a little time to work with. I'm gonna maybe. I got the shakes, sugars off today. But still out here building. We'll hit some of this hot stuff on it. Still looking good. So now we need to get F5, F6, and F7 out. That's what I'm about to do. I should have went ahead and got all these out. Six, seven. Servo tray. F8. If you can get him out too.